Well, in 2011, organic sales across the whole market declined by 3.7%. That was an improvement on the previous 2 years. However, it's still lagging well behind other countries in Europe and the rest of the world who are all seeing growth in organic food. Well, a tough year in respect of consumer spending. Consumer spending was down, and I think a good example of seeing what's happened at Tesco with their -1% on sales last year. But consumer confidence generally was very, very low. Inflation high, unemployment high. I think given all of those factors, actually it was a reasonable performance for organic, which is positioned as a premium food.
Yeah, there were some really positive stories as well in an overall market that, as Finn says, was really difficult. We saw an over 7% increase in mail order, home delivery and box schemes, as increasingly those really committed organic consumers, and we know that there's a relatively small proportion of consumers out there that are really committed to organic food, looked elsewhere to find the products that perhaps weren't so available on the mainstream supermarket shelves.
Well, in supermarkets, the decline was actually higher. It was -5% in supermarkets. I think there's been limited support and limited level of investment within that particular channel, as well as delistings, less shelf space given to the product. So I suppose in total the product wasn't as available through that major channel as it has been through some of the other more progressive channels which are performing better.
And I think we're beginning to see what is a relatively small shift, but as I mentioned, there are this really core of committed organic consumers. So we've seen more of those people go online to box schemes, to home delivery services, and of course the other independent retailers where those organic products and those locally sourced products are much more available. I think there's a number of key things, and the kind of recipe for success that we've talked about in the organic market report is that there's 3 key things that are required. The first is product innovation and real investment within those brands. The second is about getting the message across to consumers about the many benefits that there are associated with organic. And then the third thing is government support, and that's not just support from a policy perspective, but also support in terms of research and development.